I'll start with this one by Alden Nolan, and it's called Fair Warning. And this is something you might think of when you think of me. I keep a lunatic chained to a beam in the attic. He is my twin brother, whom I'm trying to cheat out of his inheritance. It's all right for me to tell you this, because you won't believe it. Nobody believes anything that's put in a poem. I could confess to murder, and as long as I did it in verse, there's not a court that would convict me. So if you ever come as a guest in my house, don't go looking for any source of the unusual sounds. And I have committed murder in poems. I write rather weird poems most of the time. And this one is, if lightning strikes sand and all the conditions are just right, it'll make a beautiful blob of glass under the sand. And that always stuck in the back of my head. So one stormy night I wrote this one, When Lightning Struck. One stormy night, my parents, soon to be, were in the back seat of a borrowed '38 Ford, watching the lightning from the sandy shore of Lake Mead. Coming so close, they were frightened to step out of the car to make their return to the front seat and make tracks for home. Curfew be damned. Just as they reached for the middle door handle, a bolt struck the exact spot they would have stepped onto, followed by yet another sizzle, and all the metal on the car lit up like Nate Swanson's new neon sign hung over his tavern door, the one that said Nate's Inn without the second N. Got a real bargain on it, said the bartender, chuckling o'er the dickering that went on. To this day, my parents tell the story behind the blob of glass on the coffee table, clear as crystal and lighten up like a chandelier whenever they lit a fire in the fireplace on stormy nights. Found it, they said, when they finally stepped out of that back seat, just sitting there like a stepping stone. And they took that as a sign of their true and forever love. They got married the next day, and just 9 months later, like a gift from the heavens, I arrived to be dazzled by the lights in the glass blob in front of the fire. I was drawn to it as though we came from that same bolt of lightning. And I read a lot of poetry. I think you always should anyhow, whether you write or not. But I found this poem was called 7 Sentences by Stuart. And 2 of the sentences, I thought he left out something in between, so I had to add it. So the first and the last line are by Stuart. What Stuart left out. Tonight, the moon has a street number. That moon has taken up residence on the rooftop of 1624 8th Avenue. Been hanging around there for nights. The photographer across the street hasn't slept with his wife since it showed up, posing on the parapet like a magician's ball on a string. The poet who lives in the apartment next to him stays up until the wee hours, filling her notebook with line after line, while the old lady who lives below her complains all day because its light shines in her eyes and bounces off the mirror beside her bed all night. And Vinny, the neighborhood thug, and his pals have taken up praying for rain as they shuffle between the pool hall and the shot-out street lights, grumbling about poor working conditions, unable to hit a target as big as the moon. It will take more than a new day to erase tonight's moon. Thank you. And thank you, Rex and Mojava, for making this possible. We always have fun here. He said I did the light bulbs, and this is one of them. The first one I took a picture of, and it was just a couple blocks from my house, and that's the one I found out. You have to walk around and look at the back sides too, because they had some surprises on them. And I wrote a poem to go with it, and that started the whole mess. The Sparrows' moonlight dance. She strikes a pose and is forever stilled, that lady with the pink hair, her green complexion and askance look caused by the blue sparrow whispering off-colored remarks in her invisible ear. What a woman won't do for art. Behind this woman lurks a man so blue, not sharing the sparrow's joy. He would prefer to whisper the sweet nothings in her delicate ear. With envy coloring his cheeks, he remains out of sight and silent. And so, of course, when they put the hearts up, I thought, I gotta go see these two. So I got most of them, and I took pictures of most of them, but this one really intrigued me. It's just the shapes and the colors and the lines in it. And its title was A Kintsugi Heart. I had to go look that up. It's by Joni Sakurada Hotz. I hope I didn't kill her name. But kintsugi is a Japanese form of blending a little bit of gold in with what they use as glue to mend things so that they are more beautiful in their second life. So this is called The Beauty of Broken Things. It had been broken before and certainly couldn't be trusted to hold water anymore. The vase had been handed down from mother to daughter, and now it is entrusted to me, the sixth daughter in that long line. My mother, always so proper, kept it turned so the cracks weren't seen by the world. That was her life's work, hiding the flaws of life. But that's the living I like. It's the imperfections, the blemishes that give us character. So I blend a little golden light into the glue that holds everything together, and proudly display the vase, cracks and all, an opportunity to tell the world of its valor. And my mother really wasn't that